Mike Wolf's Iowa Antique Store is packed, but Frank Fritz's Illinois shop is empty, the U.S. Sun exclusively reported. While Frank, 59, runs Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois, Mike, 59, owns Antique Archaeology in LeClaire, Iowa, and Nashville, Tennessee. Unlike Frank's shop, Mike's Iowa Antique Store is always packed, according to the U.S. Sun. A client told the U.S. Sun, "Mike always has customers coming in and out. Many fans buy products from the show's picks." According to the U.S. Sun, consumers were browsing antiques and waited in queue to buy. Photos of Frank's store, in two bar-restaurant rear rooms, reveal no customers. Occasionally, customers visit Frank's store, the insider stated, much less hectic than Mike's. Yearly sale. The U.S. Sun reported both locations' annual sales. The Experian Business Valuation Report estimates Antique Archaeology Iowa's annual sales at $62,000. Its business credit score is 23, medium-high risk. According to the report, this score predicts the likelihood of serious credit delinquencies within the next 12 months. Antique Archaeology was rated medium risk for financial stability at 3 out of 5. This rating predicts the likelihood of payment default and or bankruptcy within the next 12 months, the report says. The Experian Business Valuation Report for Frank Fritz Finds estimates $25,000 in annual sales. Businesses with business credit scores of 27 are considered medium risk. Financial stability risk ratings gave the shop a 4 out of 5 medium-high risk. The research says 10% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. Choosing Frank? U.S. Sun previously covered Frank's store merchandise. In exclusive U.S. Sun images, Frank's store has shattered and cobweb-covered items. Cobwebs coated an old mannequin in one photo. Another snap showed more cobwebs and a spider on a windowsill. Drumsticks signed by Mickey Utley Band were another pic. Glass case carrying items shattered. Vintage soda cans, including a recent Coca-Cola can left by a client, were in a mostly empty display case. Most store merchandise was dusty. There were random metal and wood objects without vintage labels or prices. Consumer reviews. Since Frank's stroke in July 2022, his store has struggled. A number of antique business customers have left negative evaluations. Customers commented, "Nice people, but in all honesty, it was almost like seeing things left in an attic. It would not be my first stop in the area." Another said, "The forgotten antique store. Past the kitchen, enter into the bar. A couple decades ago, this was the best antique store for miles, with many merchants on multiple floors. Its local landmark location was a draw. Though they seem to be fixing it, it is a shell of its former self. 2 rooms contain good and bad ancient things." "I loved the show," said a third. "I visited Frank to encourage him and observe the buzz. It resembled hoarders." 4 said, "The store is truly full of hoarders' junk. Unfortunately, my visit to Frank's Finds was disappointing. This store sells garbage and Frank-signed oil cans for $55, $110 each. I'll pass." Another wrote, "Don't waste your time. Old stuff that should have been tossed a long time ago that is expensive. The property is unattractive and not worth the travel. I hope Frank will open a better option." Frank's conservatorship. Since his July 2021 stroke, Frank has been less involved in the business. On August 18, the star's friends requested a temporary guardian and conservator because his decision-making capacity is so impaired. The U.S. Sun recently received conservatorship paperwork revealing store renovation plans. Conservator Midwestone Bank wrote in its initial plan, "Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector and has many outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator has not inventoried those objects but plans to leave them mostly as is, except for refilling Mr. Fritz's antique business in Savannah, Iowa as needed." Conservator hopes Frank may engage in item selection and price again. After the stroke paralyzed his right side, Frank is walking again, a source informed the U.S. Sun. Drama show. Before returning to American Pickers in March 2020, Frank had back surgery that required 185 stitches and 2 spine rods. Frank left the show in 2021, Mike announced. Frank told the U.S. Sun about his disagreement with Mike in 2021. Together again after Memorial Day weekend, they're pals. One source told the U.S. Sun, "Everything between them is fine. 40 years together. They did all this together in high school." The insider said Mike has visited Frank several times since his stroke and called and texted today.